There was a woman named Caroline. Caroline was intelligent, creative, and full of ambition. Ideas came to her constantly. One week she was convinced she had discovered the perfect business, a skincare brand for young professionals. She researched suppliers, calculated margins, designed branding concepts, and imagined customers posting glowing reviews. But just before she ordered the first product, a new idea appeared. A digital marketing agency. No inventory, higher margins, easier to scale. Suddenly, the skincare brand felt limited, so she paused it. Then, while outlining the agency structure, another idea surfaced. Maybe trading, maybe content creation, maybe consulting. Each new opportunity seemed smarter than the last, more profitable, more aligned with who she really was. Caroline was always preparing to begin, but she rarely began. From the outside, it looked like flexibility, strategic thinking, open-mindedness. From the inside, it was avoidance. The early stage of any idea feels powerful. There is excitement, possibility, a future where everything works perfectly. In imagination, there are no delays, no rejection, no mistakes. But the moment something becomes real, risk appears. Once you launch, you can fail. Once you commit publicly, you can be judged. Once you invest money, you can lose it. As long as Caroline stayed in planning mode, her potential remained untouched, unproven, but safe. Every time she got close to execution, her mind produced a better idea. Because novelty feels productive. Research feels like action. Planning feels like progress. But none of it carries exposure. Caroline did not lack discipline in thinking. She lacked tolerance for uncertainty. There was also another layer. Commitment closes doors. Choosing one path means not choosing others. By committing to the skincare brand, she was giving up the agency. By choosing the agency, she was giving up trading. Her mind resisted that loss of options. It wanted freedom without responsibility. Weeks turned into months. She had notebooks full of strategies, folders full of branding ideas, spreadsheets full of projections. She became skilled at imagining success, but inexperienced at building it. One evening, after drafting yet another perfect plan, she noticed a pattern. The closer she moved to action, the stronger the urge to switch. It wasn't about better strategy, it was about fear. Fear of discovering her limits. Fear of public imperfection. Fear of investing energy into something that might not reward her quickly. She asked herself a difficult question. What if the problem isn't the ideas, but my refusal to stay? That question changed everything. Caroline realized that intelligence can protect the ego. She could always justify a pivot with logic. She could always explain why the new direction made more sense. But without execution, intelligence compounds nothing. So she created a rule. No new ideas for 6 months. Not because new ideas were bad, but because she needed to train commitment. She chose one project. Not the most exciting, not the most glamorous, just one that was realistic. When new ideas appeared, she wrote them down, but did not switch. The first weeks felt uncomfortable. Her mind kept whispering, "There's something better." She recognized that voice now. It wasn't strategy, it was safety. For the first time, she moved past imagination into friction. She dealt with real suppliers, real costs, real feedback. It was less exciting than planning, more humbling, but it was real. Gradually, her confidence shifted. It was no longer based on ideas. It was based on action. She stopped asking, "Is this the best opportunity?" She started asking, "Have I given this enough time to work?" Caroline discovered that most people don't fail after starting. They fail before starting, by abandoning action for another possibility. Ideas are infinite, but progress begins the moment you accept uncertainty and choose one. She didn't succeed because she found a perfect idea. She succeeded because she stayed long enough to test one imperfectly. And that was the difference. Not creativity, not intelligence, commitment under uncertainty. Because imagination feels powerful, but only execution builds.